Hey guys, what's up? This is Casey, and welcome to Digital Titans. All of you know that we have started talking about a lot of digital marketing tools that would really help a lot of people because most of us are working from home, and because of the lockdown, things are not as they used to be. So we really need to step up the game and see how we can maximize things from the available resources. So on that front, I realized that there are a lot of other tools out there, and I really wanted to try them out before I speak to you about them. And I realized that this is the time where, I mean, if you're not investing in video for your marketing, you're already late. At the same time, if you're not experimenting with the videos or the formats of videos, if you're only sticking to just recording videos and talking about your products, it's not bad, but at the same time, experimenting gives you much room for playing with things and see how your responses are as far as your customers are concerned, what is working, what is not working. So it always gives you an added advantage if you start testing things. So on that front, I wanted to talk to you about something called as VidTune. If you have ever reached out to people to help you make videos on Fiverr or any freelance platforms, you would have already known that it is quite expensive to get animated videos done, and there are it is a time consuming process. Number one, plus you would have to give the freelancers an idea as to what you need, what is there in your mind, and then these guys would go about developing or animating these things, and it's quite a tedious process. There's a lot of back and forth involved. So I wanted to cut that out and see if I can come up with another alternative plan to do that. And I found this I was considering other whiteboard platforms, but then again it was too boring, and it didn't give me the effect that I was looking at. So I started experimenting with this tool called VidTune, and I think it's quite good. So I think it's worth a try. So follow along and see what you think about this platform, and please share your feedback if there's any. Thank you so much. This is Casey signing off. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Digital Titans, and as promised, here is the tutorial of VidTune to be specific. And this is something that I've recently purchased, and I absolutely love it since then because it gives you so much of additional functionality to create animated videos in minutes that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars otherwise. You don't have to run behind freelancers. You don't have to struggle when it comes to deciding a freelancer because you don't know what they're capable of until they have delivered the product. So, keeping in mind all these things, I've decided that it makes sense for me to go and purchase a platform that would let me run these or design these animated videos by myself. Uh, and they're just amazing. I'll show you how easy it is to get something done like this. Plus, the beauty of VidTone is they add you to their private Facebook group, and there is a lot of interaction and assistance that they help you with there. And at the same time, they also give you a lot of training videos so that you can put in your own backgrounds, your own designs, and they have a set of characters that you could use for your animated videos depending on the type of business, etc. So let's get started. The moment you load VidTool, this is what you see, and then let's say play, and this is the interface. And once it loads, it's you will be surprised to see it's pretty simple that way, but it's got amazing functionality. So this is the email ID that I've used to register. So let's say login, and you just have to download it to your local system once you have purchased the product. And then let's say let's give it a project. Let me name it as Video Tune for, or let's say VidTune for my subscribers. Then let's say create. You can also use load, but this is for loading an existing project. Since I don't have an existing project, I'm just going to say create. This is a very simple looking interface. Now what you see here are the backgrounds that you could use depending on the kind of business that you would want. These are the different options, whether it's a background or gallery or characters. You can load backgrounds of your own, of your desired color if you wanted. Text bubbles, you can have voice or music attached. You can save it, export it. These are the list of characters that you see depending on what suits your current requirement. And these are the settings. When you download a background, you will see the list of settings. Let's say on somewhere here, this gets highlighted if you want to change or include any kind of animation in these characters. Now, let's say we are making a video about the lockdown and say what all can you do during the lockdown. If that's my goal, let me start how simple it is to create an animated video. And it is very important for us to understand that having videos like these, animated videos, and trying different format of videos is very, very important for your marketing. Now, these are the different backgrounds that you can play around with. And this is a gallery that you, if you would want to import your custom pictures, these are the characters that you could use for your videos. And there is an option to record, whether it's a voiceover or whether it's your own voice. Then there are some text elements that you could add. There's a music, the object that element that you could add to your videos. Now let's get started. So this is the characters option, frame, timeline to be precise, and then this is your background, and then there appears a volume at the bottom, whether it carries a music or a voice background or a voiceover. Now let me add a background to start with. Now let's say this is something that I would want to add. Now that becomes my background. It's tiny, so let me drag it. Go to settings, duration, let's make it 4, or let's make it 3. All right, so that's the duration of the frame. Then add a character. So go to your characters, and let's say I like this character better. So add this character onto your canvas, drag and drop. It doesn't, okay, drag and drop. All right, now since your background is for until here, then you can add also this also until here. Now I would see how this character is so tiny in front of the frame, so you can go ahead and make it a little proportionate to what you see here. Now there are three things that I would want to do. I would want this character to move on this background with a voiceover. So let's say there is a record option. Now this is a voiceover that I would want to add, drag and drop. Identify, let's say, okay, identify the duration. Since your entire video is until here, so you can add it until here. Now you can choose the action that you would want this character to perform. Right now it's set to anger, so go to your settings of the character, angry. So change this to maybe him playing music or something of that sort, or reading maybe. So I'll choose this. That I would want this animation to move from one point to the other, so I've chosen that. So close it. You'll see a flag, and you can move it from one point to another frame. Now that movement is set. Now I've also added a voiceover. So go to your settings, and I would want to say, worried about the lockdown. See what's the best you could do, right? So close it. That's it. I have a background, I have a character.
About the lockdown, see what's the best you could do.
All right, so let's see how the whole thing works together.
Worried about the lockdown.
Right, so you can export it once it's done, and then you can save it. Now let's say I want to save it as lockdown. The format is video files, which is MP4. So let's say it's saved until I've exported.
Lockdown, see what's the best you could do.
Right, so it's exported, and then please read on or look at the code description to see what other options come along with this feature if you purchase it before April 30th. Happy marketing, and hope you will enjoy this tool. Cheers, guys.